Hey guys, welcome back to another tutorial. We're going to be teaching you how to make a door. Basic open and close door. It can be very useful for any type of game scenario. If you want to run through it or you want to make a little level, I'm going to teach you how to do it. So you want to come out of there. Pretty much you want to go to down here, content, start content, and props. This is if you have starter content enabled. If you don't, you can still do it, but you have to use your own stuff. But I am using starter content just for the basis. So you want to come to SM door frame. Come to Asset Actions and create blueprint using this. You want to save it to wherever you want, I put it as blueprints, and there you go. This is going to be your viewport of what's going to be going on. So your viewport, construction script, and event graph. You want these three to be up top, but the viewport is showing you what everything is. This is your door, so press F2 and rename it door frame. There you go, there's the parent. And then you want to copy that, Control C and Control V, and it will make it another door frame. But you want to name this one door. And then you want to come over to static mesh and SM door frame. Door. Not door frame, but door. By default, it is on snap size 10, and you want to change it to 1 just so it's easy to place inside, or else you will have like gaps. So if you change it to if you change it to the size, snap size of 1, you can put it in wherever you want. It's pretty much there's the basis. You want to come to, next. You want to come to add component and type in box. This will add a box collision into your viewport. This is going to basically, you want to drag this into the middle, but this is going to, this is a box pretty much showing where your player will stand to trigger something. So you want to drag it out enough so it actually fits your door. Then also you want to drag it out enough outwards from the door and from behind the door. This is showing where the player will stand to action it. I always compile it, but it doesn't really need necessary. Next you want to come to your event graph. You see these 3 nodes, and well, get rid of them. You don't need them. They're going to be pretty much useless for the whole time. You want to click on door, or yeah, you want to click on box, add event for box, collision, and add on component begin overlap. And you want to do the exact same, but for this one, you want to do end overlap. Separate these 2. And here you want to type enable input. That's pretty much going to say, as soon as you enter the box, it enables the input to open the door. And this one you want to put disable input, if I can type. So you walk in there, it enables the input, walk out, disables. Get play controller from either one, it doesn't matter, but get play controller. And this is pretty much just say your player going inside it. You want to connect those 2. And that's pretty much the first part done. You can leave this part away now. You don't have to go back to it, but it's there if you do mess up. Now next you want to come out and create a new node, and you want to call it the E key, or whatever key you want to open the door. E is more preferably for everything else. It's just something globally known. You want to click press, bring out a new node, and put add timeline. Create this timeline and call it door rotation, or whatever you really want it to be called, but door rotation is best. Next you want to come into this part, double click it and you'll come up to the template. Add flow track, you can name it whatever you want, but door rot is probably the best. It's quick and simple and pretty much just means door rotation. Next you want to come to this vertical line, not vertical, horizontal line. And you want to just shift click any 2 places, doesn't matter. The first one though, you do want it to be time set to 0 if I can click on it. Time set to 0 and value set to 0. This is pretty much saying, this is where the starting point is. So 0 is the starting point, value is 0 for degrees. And this one you want to set to whatever you want. I usually go for 2.25, just a quick little thing, and the value of 90. So by the time it hits this, it will rotate 90 degrees in 2.25 seconds. You want to click zoom to fit horizontal and zoom to hit vertical. This will pretty much set it so it's a pretty clear space. Down here you want to do a shift click, and then right click this one up here, and it will go to, yes, and it will go to auto, if I've done that right. Okay, I didn't do it right apparently. There you go. So you want this one highlighted first, the non-highlighted one you shift click on, and then you right click on this one up top, set it to auto, and it shows the scale of if it's going to go, or not if it's going to go, it shows the scale of how long it's going to take and which speed it's going to go on rotation. So it starts off fast, goes at steady speed, and then slowly slows down to the finish point. There's pretty much that point done. You want to go back to your event graph, and you can see on here it's meant to be called door rot, but I didn't name it apparently, even though I did. So there you go. It's called door rot now. So on here you see door rot. Now you want to come here. You can either do it in this component or this component. You just want to drag in door get, drag this out, and put set relative rotation. Drag the update key and put it into this node. And there's that part done. So this one, you want to drag down to here and put make rotator. Rotator. You want to set this to Z, and not roll. So just break that line and return value into new rotation. Compile, and there you go. There's that part done. So if I go back into here, content, blueprints, drag my door in, and there we go. There's my door. I can open it, but wait, I can't close it. So it does work, by the way, with shadows, but you cannot close the door. You can walk through it and all. Can't close the door though. So you want to come back into your SM door frame here, come down to here, and I don't know the exact key, what it's called, but it's this one you want to look for. It's the less than key. So you want to come to here, set this to 1, and before you continue with that, I missed something. You want to drag out the pressed here and create branch, if I can spell right. Now, what you want to do for this part here, you want to set the false to reverse. So if the door is closed, it will be true and it plays through all of this. If it is false and the door is already open, you want to drag this part down here and connect them. If it's false, it will be able to do this all in reverse, so you can close it. Press compile, play. You can open the door and close the door. Open the door, walk through, close the door. Works on both sides, doesn't matter. One thing that people might get confused with is if you do this and you've only set it to this, it does work with whatever rotation it's on, so you can drag in multiple and just see if they work. So it doesn't matter what rotation it's on as long as it's working Blueprint, and it doesn't conflict with any others unless you've got the collision box colliding over each one of them. Yep, there's a basic door tutorial on how to set up doors in Unreal Engine 4. Current version is 4.12.5, I believe. So this will work. I know it works on previous versions, but not as well. If you do like what you saw and you want any other content, please consider subscribing. Comment if you need any help down below, and make sure to leave a like, and I'll catch you in the next one.